So basically all you're gonna do is roll it around. The first few pieces are gonna wanna get stuck to the paint, which is fine. But once they move, they'll start rolling around and getting some paint on. So right now I have mine looking like this. It kind of looks like, I don't know, popcorn that's colored. So I'm gonna put a little bit more and then roll it around a little bit more. This may take a couple times, and that's quite okay. Okay, I think mine are coated pretty good, so that's what the green looks like. You guys tell? Now I'm going to kind of separate them, but we're gonna leave them in here. I just don't want them touching while they're drying. So I separated them, and we're gonna set that right there, and a lot of paint to begin with. Hi, Jessica. Right now you're just rolling your, your wooden balls, your wooden beads in some paint to get them good and covered. Less paint is better than too much paint. You can always add more, but you don't want it to be super thick for the entire 4 months. And so the subscription is going to save you a little bit of money. You don't have to worry about me posting every month. It's just going to automatically charge your card and then show up at your door. But the other option is, if you like to see what you're doing before you decide, hey, I want to do that, then the month to month is what's good for you. So if you like a surprise, okay, I think those are covered pretty good. It's so much easier, Terry. Last year at my Craft Blitz, there's a couple spots on my pink that doesn't want to get covered. Last year at the Craft Blitz, we had a project that we painted beads. And so one of the other blog posts that explains the difference of those, and I can definitely share it with you guys if you want to know. When you're painting your sign, I want you to go all in one way with your brush, because that's going to, you're going to be able to see some of the brush strokes, and it's just going to make it look more, I don't want to say professional, it's just going to give it more of, it's a better look than having your brush strokes going all different ways. So mine is probably going to take 2 coats, as is yours probably as well. Definitely going to take 2 coats. So I'm going to paint the front, and then I'll paint the sides. I'm not going to worry about the back. That's a personal preference. Typically, if I am selling something, I would paint the back. If it's just for me, I don't tend to. It's going to be hanging on your door anyway, or above a mantle, or wherever you're wanting to hang it, and so no one's going to see the back. I will show you all next month's kit, which is so cute. I like to think that the stuff I think is cute, you guys love. I fell in love with this watermelon one when I did it, and every month I just am super pleased with how they turn out, and I'm just excited to offer this offering for you guys. I will continue doing this. It started during the quarantine, just because people couldn't get together and create, and it's probably going to be, it is going to be something that I'm going to continue every month. It just works good in my schedule, and so we're just going to continue it. I will, however, depending on how the year goes with COVID and things opening up, I do still plan on having my craft blitz for those of you that have been in the past, or for those of you that want to come in, different projects that you can pick from. Some of the ladies I have that are local that do, they'll do 2 or 3, some will do 1, some will do 10. So it just kind of depends. But if you're local, that's a really fun event to try to make it to. And you don't have to be local, you could fly in. That would be amazing. I would love to meet some of you people, some of you ladies that are in other places. All right, I'm doing a light second coat. If you want to wait for your first coat to dry fully, you can. I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat really light. So I wanted to tell you guys one thing as well. When you are ordering these kits, shipping is completely out of my control, and the boxes are heavy, and so I do one stripe all the way around. And if you can tell, I need to still fill in at the bottom. It does not have to be perfect, okay? So you just want to paint a strip all the way down around the bottom. The thickness of it is all your preference. But that's about how I have it, right there. I would say, I don't know, 1/4 inch. We eyeball stuff here. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the edge too and get that done. Again, you don't have to paint the back of this because we're gonna be hot gluing this onto our piece. You love the colors on the watermelon. Thank you. I like doing pinks on the watermelon versus reds. If you guys have red paint and prefer red, you could do that. I just prefer darker pinks. They're my favorite. Okay, so now I have that the part of the rind done. I'm going to I'm gonna go ahead and keep the green on my brush, and I'm going to put some yellow. Let me get the yellow that you guys have. And I'm gonna put it in with my green and mix it up to make a lime green. I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow. Do you use a foam brush for all your painting? Yes, so if you have paint brushes, you can use them. It will make some of it easier. But Shannon, the black on line right up next to my dark green line. And it's okay if it overlaps some. Quarantine stuff, there would be a craft shortage. or a paint shortage. Yeah. Crazy times we're living in, I tell you. I'm just dabbing some spots on my pink wooden bead that didn't get covered. Let them dry a little bit more while I wait for you guys to catch up a little bit. So I will show you guys what a couple of the door prizes are, and you can see behind me, you can see some of the new autumn stuff that's coming out. You have 2 pinks, Jennifer? Jennifer, do you have your green and your yellow? Hopefully you at least got your green and your yellow. That's why. Okay, so you have a, well, Jennifer, use whichever color you want, and the other pink, you just, if you just use the edge of your brush and you get right up to your previous paint color and just kind of swipe it around just to make your first line. And then, oh, there's something in my paint. And then you don't have to worry about the rest. You can just paint easy. Oh, it says it's trying to connect. Hopefully I'm still on here, guys. I think my internet's screwing up too. Okay, so that's what I have on my pink. And I didn't paint the top, so I need to paint the top. Because you will be able to see this once you are once we glue it down. So make sure you have your hot glue guns warmed up, because we're gonna glue these down. Thank you, Sandy. Yours is gonna be lovely too, I promise. I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush to do this part because I didn't do it when I should have. And then we'll get some dark green in here and finish that. The one good thing about MDF is your paint is going to dry fairly quick on it. So cute. And lay them in an X. And then I'm gonna layer my pink in an X as well. So it's going to look like this. Okay? So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna just alternate every other one, and you're gonna put your same colors to make your X. So now I'm going to do my small black pieces and then layer them this way. So now it looks like this. Okay? And then we're gonna do the same with the white. We're gonna layer those. Just like that. Now this next part can be a little bit tricky. You're just gonna maneuver with your fingers and your twist tie. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to lay my twist tie on top here, okay? And so then I'm going to turn this, it's going to be laying upside down on my table, okay? You're back, Sandy. Hi. Okay, so we have all of our twist ties, or all of our things, all of our ribbons, just like this. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to lay our zip tie on top of it, and we're gonna turn it over on our table so it's gonna be upside down. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your zip tie up. I hope you guys can see this. You're gonna bring your zip tie up and just zip tie it all together. And I'll show you what it looks like here in just a second once I get it started. So it's basically, when you zip tie it together, it's gonna bring all of your ribbon together. It just kind of dresses your ribbon up a little bit to make it a little bit fancier. So I do the dovetail on the larger ribbons, and then on the smaller ones, I usually just cut those at an angle. Let me think, I think I might do I'm gonna play with the black. I'm gonna leave it and see if I want to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the black, I think. Oops. That one the wrong way. Yeah, it needs to be cut. Like I said, you could do this all beforehand. So on your white, your small white and your small black, I just cut those at an angle. So for those on the Zoom, I'm just gonna cut it as an angle, just like that, okay? Just like, I'll cut this one at an angle here. So I'm not doing the dovetail on the small ones, and that's personal preference. I just think they're too small to do a dovetail. So I just do those at an angle. Whoops. You can use more ribbon if you want. There's lots of different ways that you can cover up the zip tie. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to put that right here. Let that dry for a second. Once you have all right, I'm gonna glue my green button on. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's so, I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3. So I did 3 dots, okay? And now I'm just gonna just follow the edge of your wooden piece and do a line, and I'm gonna go, there's no rhyme or reason about how far you go. It's just personal preference. Some of these are longer, like this piece on here is this piece here is a lot longer than what this one is. So it's just personal preference. I'm gonna make this one a little bit shorter, and I'll do 3 dots here. Those dots are bigger, so we're gonna go back up here and make these dots bigger. Does not have to be perfect, okay? You could do all polka dots around it if you wanted. You don't have to do the lines, or you could just do all lines. stop right there with 3 polka dots. I'll do some right here too. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with the squiggly line. And I'm gonna show you guys, so that's the squiggly line. Not gonna be perfect in trying to get them the same size on here either. I am just going around the bottom edge of the pink to do my watermelon seeds. If you wanted to do them around the top, you could. If you wanted to disperse them all throughout, you can do that too. That's just personal preference. I'm just gonna go along the bottom. You can do them tiny, you can do them big. There you go. See, watermelon seed. So if you can see there, it just gives it it just dresses it up a little bit and gives it a little bit of an accent. So I'm gonna actually do that on all of them. My black isn't quite dry yet, but that's okay. Okay, and anything. So you're gonna do a pink, and then you're gonna do a green, and then you're gonna do a yellow, and then another green. Okay, so that's going to be, they are fat and your hand shakes too much. Jennifer, even with the paint pen, if you want, you can sand it down and you can just do little dots, but you gotta wait till it's dry. But you'll probably sand off some of your green, so you'll probably have to repaint some of your green as well too. All right, oops, getting that in paint. All right, so you have your pink, your green, your yellow, and your green. So you're just gonna keep alternating that, and that's gonna do like this. So your pink, green, yellow, green. So you're gonna string them all. Green, yellow, green. And then you should end with a pink, green, and yellow. I don't think it finishes the whole series on the last one. Pink, green, and yellow. So you guys probably have a lot more twine than you. Go ahead and glue on my watermelon with hot glue. So let me give you some hot glue tips. A while ago, I mentioned low temp and high temp. There's differences, and what I want you to use if you're gonna use this on your front door is high temp, because low temp glue is made to not burn you when you are using it. So to adhere, you have 4 green beads left. I thought it was pretty. Maria, you can intersperse your green beads if you have extras. Just intersperse them throughout. You want your vinyl to get onto the sticky paper and come off of this paper backing. If it's not, lay it back down, rub it a little bit more, and it will come off. So then this is what you'll have. You'll have your piece. Now it's ready to lay down onto our board. So lay it down where you want and then do the same thing. Take your credit card, your whatever you have, the little, you know, the little Pampered Chef little scrapers work awesome for this. And you're just gonna scrub it down. And then you're gonna peel away and your letters should stay. If they don't, if they wanna peel up with your sticky paper still, just lay it back down and rub it a little bit more. And guys, I just realized something. Yellow beads, yellow. Although I think it looks super cute. I will probably keep it that